thinking about moving to Nebraska, hold on to your hats. Let's examine life in the Cornhusker State, the good, the bad, and the wonderfully quirky. Before you imagine endless fields of corn and tumbleweeds rolling through town, let me assure you there's much more to Nebraska than meets the eye. But let's keep it real. Whether you're a city dweller longing for open spaces or a small-town enthusiast seeking a tight-knit community, get ready for an honest guide to living in Nebraska. We'll explore the pros and cons, from affordable living and stunning natural beauty to harsh winters and a limited cultural scene. Let's begin with the primary reason people enjoy residing in Nebraska. It's more affordable. It's well known that living expenses are significantly lower here compared to the national average. In fact, Nebraska boasts the 12th lowest cost of living in the United States. Here's a quick overview. By renting or purchasing a home in Nebraska can save you an impressive 20% or more compared to the rest of the country. Stocking up your refrigerator is budget-friendly in this state. Food expenses in Nebraska are generally 7% below the national average, allowing you to savor fresh, local produce without overspending. Maintaining your electricity and climate control won't drain your wallet. Utility costs in Nebraska are typically 15% less than the national average. The typical home price in this state is approximately $245,000, nearly 20% below the national average. This presents an opportunity for the many millennials who have found home ownership increasingly out of reach. Is Nebraska a popular state among millennials? Not quite yet, as it doesn't often appear on many top lists. Nonetheless, if you're among the millions still aspiring to achieve the American dream of owning a home, Nebraska is a fantastic choice. Few places are more affordable. In fact, Nebraska ranks as the 8th lowest state in terms of home prices nationwide. It's indisputable that this state boasts some truly breathtaking natural landscapes. There are several must-see locations in the state. Missouri National Recreational River, a personal favorite for kayaking and canoeing. Everyone should experience this destination. Chimney Rock. This iconic landmark rises 300 feet above the surrounding plains and served as a crucial guidepost for travelers on the Oregon Trail. It's still a remarkable sight to behold today. Pine Ridge, where you can explore verdant forests filled with towering pines and discover hidden treasures like Toadstool Geologic Park, known for its surreal rock formations that resemble a lunar landscape. At Sandhills, you can hike, bike, or sandboard down the vast dunes shaped by ancient winds. This unique destination offers an otherworldly experience. If you're passionate about outdoor activities, you'll be pleased to discover that there's an abundance of them here. Whether you're an experienced hunter in search of trophy bucks, a fly fisherman aiming for elusive trout, or a hiker yearning for the excitement of the trail, this state offers the perfect adventure for you. Hunters can pursue deer, pheasants, and various waterfowl, while anglers can fish for catfish, walleyes, and trout in lakes, rivers, and pristine streams. Hiking aficionados will encounter challenging trails in state parks like Chadron and Wildcat Hills, along with more serene paths through the expansive grasslands. Winter turns Nebraska into a unique wonderland. Put on snowshoes to wander through frosty woodlands, glide down the hills at ski resorts, or experience the excitement of ice fishing for a delicious prize. And here are some cons of moving to Nebraska. Beginning with the drawbacks, there's no way to soften the harsh truth about property taxes in the state. They're harsh. With a rate of 1.63%, Nebraska ranks 7th in the nation for the highest property taxes. This means the typical homeowner pays over $3,000 each year, potentially twice as much as in other regions. Although rural areas provide some respite, urban centers hit even harder, with rates exceeding 2% in some cases. Certainly, reduced housing costs and other expenses might alleviate the burden, but it's a considerable budget impact you shouldn't overlook. If affordability is paramount in your decision-making, don't underestimate its effect. Conduct thorough research. Compare the overall cost of living, consider specific locations, and evaluate it against your financial comfort level. The most challenging aspect of living in Nebraska is enduring the harsh, interminable winters that seem to drag on endlessly. Some years are worse than others, but they are all tough. In fact, Nebraska experiences the 7th most dreadful winters in the United States. Temperatures plunge well below freezing across much of the state, often reaching sub-zero levels, making it intimidating and sometimes perilous to step outside. Depending on the year, we might receive astonishing amounts of snow, which might sound enjoyable, but trust me, it's not. I'm talking about snow so deep you have to dig your way out of the front door. You kind of acclimate to it over time, but it never truly becomes easier. When the leaves start to fall, so do the spirits of many locals here. Let's list all the cities in Nebraska, with populations exceeding 500,000. If you said there are none, you're correct. We do have Omaha, which is expected to reach 500,000 residents before the decade's end. But other than that, the list is quite sparse. The population of the state is largely concentrated, with over 50% of people residing within 50 miles of the Missouri River. Venture beyond that, and you'll practically have the area to yourself. Just you and vast expanses of grassland. Biggest cities in Nebraska by population are Omaha, Lincoln, Bellevue, Grand Island, and Kearney. Presently, approximately a quarter of Nebraska's territory is undergoing arid conditions, encompassing even the most densely inhabited regions. Farmers are grappling with sustaining crop productivity and ensuring the well-being of their livestock amidst the desiccated terrain. The financial burden manifests in discussions during the communal gatherings. Water constraints have affected everyone, causing formerly verdant gardens and lawns to wither and placing additional strain on our small enterprises. It's not merely an economic issue. The drought takes a toll on mental health, evoking a combination of unease and a profound feeling of powerlessness. The dry, brittle vegetation surrounding the town poses a persistent threat of wildfires, a concern constantly lingering in people's thoughts. Given the climatic circumstances, it's challenging to envision an improvement over the next decade. The truth about tornadoes and flooding in Nebraska is as relentless as it is merciless. Each year, as part of life in Tornado Alley, Nebraskans prepare for the possibility of 57 tornadoes on average, wreaking havoc on the state, a stark statistic that results in restless nights, ruined homes, and the perpetual peril looming over us. People witness the sky darken to a frightening hue, sense the foreboding calm preceding the storm, and listen to the alarms that prompt to seek shelter. The aftermath is always a somber scene. Some communities are reduced to rubble, with the lingering question of what next hanging in the air. Flooding is equally devastating. With Nebraska's rivers inclined to bulging, the inundations have morphed into a ruinous counterpart to our tornado seasons. Fields designated for crops get transformed into expansive ponds, residences inundated with mud, and recollections swept away. The 2019 deluges were a severe reminder, resulting in billions in losses and an arduous, heart-rending journey to recovery for many within the society. These occurrences are not merely figures or media snippets. They embody our experienced reality. For those contemplating settling in Nebraska, it's imperative to recognize that while this state provides a robust community spirit and breathtaking natural splendor, It also necessitates a specific resilience. Whether you agree or totally disagree with anything in this video, please share your opinion in the comments.